Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today is a little bit more of an informal workout video for you. So I remember saying a while back that since I'm a personal trainer now, I wanted to post more workout type videos, more workout style videos, and I've only done one. Today we're doing another one. So today's workout video is specifically towards my favorite back exercises. These are the exercises I do every single back day just because I love them that much, and I feel like they have really helped me gain strength in my back and grow my back bigger than to what it was before, pre-bowl. So these are the three that I do basically almost every single workout. There are different variations sometimes, but virtually they're the same thing. So these exercises do go from favorite to least favorite. I don't know why. On my back days, I normally tend to deadlift because I hate doing deadlifts on a day that's not a back day because just have always done it that way. I don't know why. I guess originally when I learned is that deadlifts were a back movement and you did them on back day. Now, I mean, they are a full body movement, but I don't like doing them on leg day because I like to squat or do hip thrusts on leg day, and I just find that doing deadlifts as well is just too much. So now, my favorite accessory movements. This first exercise is my favorite, but it is considering it's the one I would say I struggle with the most, and that is lat pull downs. I just love the look of the big lats now on women, so I feel like, all right, if I want big lats, I gotta do some lat pull downs. They are like the main focus, not the main focus. So lat pull downs are my favorite back accessory movement, is what I'm getting into. This is a really long start to me getting into my favorite exercises. Lat pull downs. I love the lat spread. I love the big lats on everybody. I think that they're great, and I also really want to have big lats. And also I don't know, for some reason I think it's kind of impressive if girls can like pull a lot. I don't know why. Like when I see some girls pulling a lot of weight on the lat pull down, I'm like, girly, stop. That's just me. So obviously lat pull downs, they focus on the lats. So now basically for a lot of compound movements and a lot of exercises, you need to have your lats engaged for everything. So obviously strengthening them, and for my purpose, making them bigger is going to help me in the process of engaging my lats for compound movements. So I like to train them first, basically after my compound movements. They're basically the first exercise that I do, just because I like to tire them out quicker. For me, that's more effective. Tiring out my lats more is going to help me with my other movements, because if I can keep my lats engaged while they're tired out, I think that's also then making them stronger that way. And there's obviously many different variations of lat pull downs that I have done. So I do obviously the double arm lat pull downs, and then I do a single arm lat pull down, and I'll do a close grip lat pull down, and even frontal lat pull downs, which are my next exercise that we're talking about. So now don't get me wrong, in regular lat pull downs, I feel it incredible. Right? So if I'm doing, say 100 pounds, right? I can basically only get to 6 reps when I do that because it's just so heavy for me. But I feel like a lot of the time when I get tired out, my arms will take over in that movement. But frontal lat pull downs, I don't feel that. If I'm getting tired, I'm definitely feeling it in just the lats. Not like everywhere else normally, just the lats. So that's the thing I love about frontal lat pull downs. Now, the reason they are my second favorite exercise is because I can't do it for as long or for much weight. And I think that just has to do with the angle that I'm at when I'm doing them. And that's just the way I feel the movement the best. So I love getting that frontal engagement. So when I'm pulling from the front down, I feel a tighter squeeze in the lats on the side than when I'm doing normal lat pull downs. Now, yes, when I'm doing normal lat pull downs, I do feel that nice squeeze on the side, really engaging in, but I can't feel like I get that full squeeze doing lat pull downs. But when I do frontal lat pull downs, I feel that full squeeze entirely through, and I feel I can get more activation and more engagement in my back when I do the frontal ones. So that is why they are my second favorite. What really boils down to the fact that I just can't pull as much weight, and that's why they're my second favorite. So yes, that is where that one's at. So the other variation that I like to do for frontal lat pull downs, there we go, are the single arm frontal lat pull downs. I cannot speak. Frontal lat pull downs, single arm. I like doing the single arm because I feel like I can concentrate better on engaging that one specific side, so I can feel where there's an imbalance. So if I can feel like I'm struggling the left side more than the right side, then I know I need to actually work on doing more single movements rather than doing both, because obviously my right side is taking over more when it comes to pulling the weight down than my left side, because it's easily giving up. Does that make sense? So it's giving up a lot easier on the one side because it's obviously weaker. When you're doing a single arm movement, you're working both sides. You got to make sure both sides are even, because when I do a lat spread, and I just do it for funsies and giggles to look at myself, my left side is significantly smaller than my right side, and I'm embarrassed. So I'm trying to work on that. So I also like to incorporate the single arm one so that I can kind of get that unilateral engagement as well as growth on the one side so that they can compare, so that they look the same, because they're significantly different sizes. Moving on to a seated row. I love this machine, okay? The seated hammer strength row machine, my favorite, because I get so much engagement and just focusing on that one movement rather than focusing on everything else that I have to do. When you're doing an exercise, normally you have to focus on so many other things. You have to focus on keeping proper form, shoulders down and back. You have to focus on keeping that core engaged the whole time, especially with specific movements. Now, when I'm on a hammer strength machine, not that you don't have to do those things, but it's not as concentrated because you have that support there. You have the seat that's sitting there. You have the front pad there supporting your chest. So literally all you have to do is focus on that isolation of the movement. That's why I love this hammer strength seated row, because I literally only have to focus on the fact that I am rowing the weight and using proper form to row it rather than focusing on everything else, to where it's like, okay, now I have to do this so I can make sure I can do it properly, but then at the same time I feel like I'm not getting that full engagement within that row because I have to focus on so many other things. Now, with the seated row, I feel like I get that engagement because I can solely concentrate on the row, which is nice. So that's my third favorite. I don't enjoy them that much because I feel like I struggle with rows a lot, and I love all variations of rows, but this one just happens to be my favorite. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm cheating. Maybe I'm thinking it's easier for me, but it's not. I like the isolation and the concentration that I get on just the one muscle when I do it. To my last and my least favorite exercise that I do with basically everything. And this is just another variation of a row, and they're just bent over rows. Remember, like I said last time, with the seated row, I don't have to focus on as much. We'll see. With bent over rows, I do. And that's why I don't like them as much. Now, this could just be a me thing. I think it is. They're my least favorite, but I still like doing them because I know they work and I know that they help, and I know I feel a lot of activation when I am doing them just because of the angle that I'm at, since I am parallel to the floor. So I definitely feel like bent over rows are definitely one of the hardest accessory movements for a back workout, just because there are so many things that you have to factor in, so many things you have to focus on while doing the movement. So yes, in my personal opinion, I do think that they are one of the hardest, and they're especially one of the hardest to learn because you have to gain the proper form to be able to do it. So let's talk about the form for a second. You want to have a soft knee. You basically, what you want to do is you want to be parallel to the floor. You do not want to be such an upright position because you're not getting the activation that you are needed. A lot of that tends to then go into the traps because you end up like shrugging it up when you are up higher rather than when you are over. You have to hinge at the hips, have a slight bend in the knee, be bent over, fully parallel to the ground, and then row it up. It's a little difficult. And then plus you have to keep your back straight the entire time and hold in and engage your core. Basically, that's one of the reasons that they are one of my least favorite exercises, because there's so much to focus on. And not that I don't love that, I do. I love the fact that I have to focus on so much to be able to do it right, but I like getting that full feeling of activation and like I'm tiring the muscle out completely before doing other exercises, if that makes sense. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That was my 4 favorite back accessory exercises for a back day. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias as well as subscribing to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.